In Stacey's last two books, she temporarily broke up with Sam Thomas, only to get back together with him in the end. This book officially kills the Sam-Stacey relationship, and I think that's a real shame. The series did not take full advantage of Stacey dating Christy's brother. There are so many angles to the relationship that got ignored, like Christy being mad at Stacey. Well, maybe just Christy being a jerk. I wanted to see a book about that.
Argo Font Book Review, Argo Font Book Review.
This book was written by Peter Larangis. I thought Stacey and Claudia were the most popular kids in school, but apparently not. The most popular kids are the cheerleaders and the basketball team. Stacey becomes a member of the popular group when she gets the attention of a player named RJ. He throws a snowball at her, brags about his basketball skills, then asks her out on a date. He kinda seems like a jerk to me, but he's cute, so Stacey says yes. The date ends up being a failure. RJ starts with a long conversation about anti-freeze, and he makes fun of Stacey for not eating junk food. Plus, Stacey hates the movie, but RJ loves it. The movie's about teenagers booby-trapping a mall to stop thieves. It sounds hilarious! I don't know why Stacey hates it. The popular group goes out for pizza, and the girls start an awkward conversation about kissing. Corinne thinks Stacey's never kissed anyone because she's part of the immature babysitters club. Please, Corinne. These girls have had more relationships in 1 year than I've had my entire life. Corinne's date is a boy named Robert, who is a major hunk. Yes, Stacey is the kind of person who checks out other girls' dates when she's with someone else. Yuck. At a basketball game, Stacey gets annoyed at how immature her babysitter friends are, especially when Christy shouts about a sleepover in front of the entire school. Not cool, Christy. The team wins the game at the last second with a 1-point basket. That's impossible, by the way. In basketball, a normal shot is worth 2 points. A huge crowd mobs the court, and Stacey hugs Robert. The hug must be something really special, because Robert won't stop asking questions about Stacey. The cheerleaders tell her Robert's definitely interested in dating her. They also tell her that there's an opening on the squad. She should try out! She's pretty enough to be a cheerleader. Obviously, how pretty she is matters more than her athletic ability. You might be wondering, what happened to RJ? We don't hear about him again. I guess he stopped being interested in Stacey after their date, even though it appeared he had a great time. Maybe Stacey broke up with him off screen like she did with Sam. Our plot kid today is Tiffany Kilborn. She has a hard time fitting in with her family because her sisters are great at everything. Marianne convinces Tiffany to find a hobby of her own. Tiffany goes overboard trying to find a good hobby that she can destroy her sisters with. This is a mirrored storyline. She's trying new things for bad reasons, just like Stacey. Except, not at all like Stacey. Stacey's not becoming a cheerleader for bad reasons. She genuinely likes the other cheerleaders and wants to share something in common with her boyfriend. I don't see what's wrong with that. It's not like she's trying to be a cheerleader to boost her popularity or to spite the BSC members. I don't know. Maybe I'm misreading the moral of the story. Anyway, Claudia knows exactly what it's like to have a perfect older sister, so she's able to talk some sense into Tiffany. Tiffany decides her talent is gardening. Stacey practices a dance routine for the cheerleading tryouts, and Robert asks her out on a date. She is horrified when her hair gets a kink in it, but the date is fantastic. Robert has cologne and a dimple. Ooh! He's also understanding when Stacey tells him about her diabetes. The conversation is great, and Stacey is in love. Robert asks her out 2 more times. He says that the basketball players get special treatment at school. Some students let players copy their homework, and some teachers let the players cut class. For Robert's last English essay, all he wrote was, "I could not finish this book." The teacher gave him a C. A passing grade for a 6-word sentence? Wow. The book clarifies it's only some teachers that let the basketball stars get away with murder. Other teachers don't put up with that nonsense because they are professionals who aren't starstruck around middle schoolers. But as we know from other books, competent adults are a rarity in this town. The cheerleaders also get to cut class whenever they want because, I don't know, I guess it's because they're popular. Stacey is fantastic at cheerleader tryouts, and her friends agree that she should win. 2 days later, Stacey overhears the cheerleaders talking about her. They think Stacey would be a great addition to the squad. The only one who doesn't like Stacey is Corrine. Corrine thinks Stacey stole Robert away from her using her bouncy hair. Everyone knows how much middle school boys love bouncy hair. The next day, the cheerleaders announce they're giving the open spot to someone named Kathleen Lopez. Corrine does a terrible job of rubbing Stacey's failure in her face.
You're not gonna like this, Stacey. The real reason you didn't make it is because you were too good. You're so talented, so pretty, so smart, so nice. I think a lot of the girls felt, well, threatened by you.
Oh no, the cheerleaders like Stacey so much, they're jealous of her. This is awful. She goes crying to Robert, and he is so upset he quits the basketball team in protest. Please note, this makes no sense. Robert being on the basketball team has nothing to do with cheerleader tryouts. Instead of complaining to the basketball coach, you should complain to the teacher in charge of cheerleaders. The school is rocked by Robert's actions. They set up a committee to investigate the sports program and academic abuses. Based on what we heard earlier, it sounds like they need to fire half the teachers in the school. The basketball team begs Robert to rejoin, and the cheerleading squad begs Stacey to join. Stacey and Robert turn them down, and they write a self-righteous article for the school newspaper. The end. Postbook follow-up. Thanks to the new rules, sports players need a minimum GPA to be on a team. Why wasn't that the case earlier? If the sports stars didn't need to worry about getting good grades, why did they cheat to get good grades? According to the back cover, Stacey joins the cheerleading squad and becomes too cool for the Babysitters Club. Although this book does set up a BSC versus cheerleader storyline, it never happens. Instead, the book takes a left-hand turn at the end and declares the story was really about athletic privilege the whole time. You know, the thing that only got mentioned twice, that was the main plot. The sad part is, I really like the ending. It's easily the best part of the book. It just doesn't fit the book at all. And the disconnect is even more glaringly obvious when both summaries tell us the book's about something else. It makes me look with disdain on the first third of the book, which is mostly irrelevant stuff about RJ. We could have had epic cheerleader babysitter battles if it wasn't for you, RJ. The cheerleaders look down on the Babysitters Club, partly because they're young. This makes no sense, because Jessie is literally the only 6th grader in the BSC right now. Everyone else is the same age as the cheerleaders. I thought the book was below average because I'm not interested in Stacey's dating drama repeated with 2 different guys. The BSC versus cheerleaders fight ended up not happening, and the Tiffany subplot is unconnected to the story. But I legitimately loved the last 3 chapters. They were amazing, and so I'm not sure how I feel overall. I guess I'd just say I like the ending, I just wish the book fit the ending better. I give Babysitters Club number 70, Stacey and the Cheerleaders, a 6 out of 10. Wow, a 6 out of 10? Okay, I really liked the ending, apparently, when I wrote this review. Cool, so it's an above-average book. Just barely above average, but still a good book.